From New Hanover County Schools Television, three-time Blue Ribbon winner for the North Carolina Schools Public Relations Association for Outstanding Electronic Media, this is your school news.
Welcome to your school news for the week of Monday, October 28th through November 2nd, 2013. I'm Scott Banke.
And I'm Michaela Sears. Top on our newscast this week, North Carolina Department of Public Instruction announces higher proficiency standards on the state's end-of-grade and end-of-course tests. Crowning awards a Roland Grice teacher for excellence in STEM teaching, and we wrap up Bullying Awareness Month with a report on Mosley students putting a stop to bullying at one middle school.
Our top story this week, North Carolina students now have a higher proficiency standard to meet on the state's end-of-grade and end-of-course tests. New standards today were approved by the State Board of Education to bring expectations for student performance in line with current careers and college expectations. We have a report from YSN reporter E.J. McGonigal.
When the 2012-2013 test results are provided to parents, schools, and districts in November, results will be much lower than North Carolina has seen for a number of years. Local school and district scores will be released on Thursday, November 7th at the State Board of Education's monthly meeting in Raleigh.
Well, New Hanover County school students are not losing ground. They're making progress, but the bar has been raised. The standards are much more rigorous and in alignment with what students need to be successful for career and for college.
State Board of Education members feel it is important for North Carolinians to have assessments that give everyone a clear picture of how well students are prepared for today's jobs and careers. The process of establishing cut scores on each end-of-grade test came after weeks of analysis and work with classroom teachers to identify standard levels. The goal is to sharpen the focus on what students need to be successful after high school graduation. In the past, North Carolina's achievement levels were more focused on what students needed to be successful at the next grade level. Based on the North Carolina Department of Public Instruction analyses, schools and parents will see drops as high as 30 to 40 percentage points in terms of the percentage of students scoring proficient or above. For students, these scores will not affect their grades or their current placement. The 2012-2013 school year is considered a transition or baseline year for these new assessments and the state's new accountability model.
Well, the first year that we implement a new curriculum, we consider that our baseline year. There are new standards. Teachers have been undergoing professional development for the past 2.5 years. And with the baseline data, we'll take a look at it as a district and then determine where we need to improve in terms of professional development for teachers, maybe additional instructional strategies for students on certain standards, and then we grow from there.
The 2012-2013 assessment results are not comparable to prior year's scores. The tests are different and measure new content standards. North Carolina's revised Standard Course of Study was implemented for the first time in 2012 and 2013. The assessments reflected in the new standards were given to students for the first time in the 2012-2013 school year. The chart on the North Carolina Department of Public Instruction website shows the percentage of students likely to be proficient by grade level and assessment. Actual results at school and district levels will vary. Reporting for your school news, this is E.J. McGonigal.
In other news, we are pleased to announce that New Hanover County Schools now has the new parent information system called Parent Portal up and running. Accounts have been created in Power School and will give parents access to their child's classroom assignments, academic grades, and detailed attendance information. Parents will also have access to school announcements through a new school bulletin feature.
They can expect to find actual grades for their students for the actual current semester as well as previous reporting periods. They can see teacher comments based on the reporting periods and assignments for those students. Teachers can actually give a description of an assignment and send a parent to a certain link to help with actual homework and classwork assignments for that student.
User identifications and passwords for these accounts are being distributed by individual schools via letter during the upcoming week. Due to the confidentiality of the information, schools are requiring parents to pick up their letters from the school in person. Time and dates for pickup have been named by each school and will vary from school to school. If you have any questions regarding Parent Portal or Portal School, please contact your child's school office. School contact information can be found on the district district's website at www.nhcs.com.
William Grice Middle School Principal Will Hatch and science teacher Elizabeth Jones attend the Wilmington Business Development meeting this month. Ms. Jones received an award for excellence in STEM teaching from Corning. The school was also recognized for support of STEM best practices in the classroom. Ms. Jones teaches hands-on, inquiry-based science and integrates technology to engage and extend her students' learning experience. Students in Ms. Jones' classes also extend their understanding of content with projects and presentations involving the use of technology to research and create presentations with different formats, including PowerPoint, Prezi, Glowster, and website development. Congratulations to Ms. Jones and William Grice for this award.
Kindergartners at Ogden Elementary recently completed their All About Me unit. During this unit, students shared what makes them special and the fun activities they like to participate in after school. We get this report from Chase Fulton.
Venn diagram in kindergarten? Yes, Venn diagrams can be used effectively by our youngest students. The trick is to make them user-friendly, hands-on, and developmentally appropriate as a tool even kindergarten students can use with ease. In Miss Asiri and Miss Wheezy's classes, students were guided toward an understanding of the Venn diagram by letting them physically manipulate the concept by sharing a little bit about themselves. Learning about Venn diagrams taught the young learners about comparisons. Students learned that each hoop is a separate category, and since these hoops are linked, the area where they overlap represents more than one category. Ogden students worked with their classroom shoulder buddy to compare how they are alike and different.
Well, in my classroom, one of our objectives for kindergarten is understanding growth and change over time. So as we learn about this concept throughout the year, what a great way to introduce the concept with thinking about ourselves, how we've grown from being a baby to a toddler to a school-age kindergarten kid. And we've learned as teachers that students learn the most by analyzing similarities and differences. So for, again, introducing Venn diagrams to my classroom at the beginning of the year, it's important, I think, for the students to understand how can we understand the difference between ourselves and others, and how can we record those differences using a Venn diagram.
Venn diagrams are a common and effective way to display and analyze data. They are frequently used in middle school and high school and are great tools for students of all ages to use. That's why these activities were so beneficial to the Ogden youngsters. They got a great head start and had a fun time doing so. During the class time, students also completed timelines to share how they have grown over time. Students had a great time sharing about themselves and learning about their classmates. This lesson is one they will come to appreciate and won't soon forget. Reporting for Your School News, I'm Chase Fulton.
National Education Nonprofit Project Tomorrow has selected the NC Virtual Public School as a Speak Up 200 school. Speak Up 200 schools are a collection of top K through 12 schools that encourage and involve student, parent, and teacher ideas and views in education, planning, and decision making. As a designed Speak Up 200 school, the NC Virtual Public School will be prominently featured on the Project Tomorrow website and receive special recognition, including a unique Speak Up 200 logo to use on its website. Project Tomorrow also will promote the distinction to North Carolina's congressional representatives and governor to demonstrate the power of educational innovation at the local level. Additionally, Speak Up 200 schools' success stories are shared with the organization's partners and national policy organization. The NC's Virtual Public School was selected from the 35,000 schools nationwide that have participated in the annual Speak Up survey since 2003. North Carolina Virtual Public Schools is the second largest state virtual school in the nation.
College Park students shared their goals for the new school year with their parents at school's first student-led conference. The basic concept, students lead the conference about their academic progress. They take ownership of their learning experience sitting at the tables with parents and teachers. Older students generally share their body of works through portfolios and work samples. There are a number of benefits for student-led conferences. Students actually show parents what they know and are learning in school, while parents are exposed to materials and activities that students engaged in during the school day. The event gives teachers a chance to observe interactions, comment, offer suggestions, and model strategies. Best of all, students, parents, and the teachers are active participants in the conference. College Park students proudly show off their personal portfolios and the things they've learned to everyone.
Now, when your school news continue, Creed Rassin is here with this week's exciting lunch menu forecast.
Plus, coming up, New Hanover County Schools Executive Office Professional held their Fall Kick event featuring author Connie Hill. We'll tell you all about it.
This is Your School News on cable and online. Don't go away, we'll be right back.
Who was president? The years 1977 to 1981. He gave Latin America control of the Panama Canal. He helped to bring peace between Israel and Egypt. He was blamed for the hostage crisis in Iran. If you guessed Jimmy Carter, you're right. He was the 39th President of the United States. This presidential pop quiz was brought to you by New Hanover County Schools on the Learning Network, Time Warner Cable Channel 5.
I'm Eimer Smith, Director of the Child Nutrition Department. As a provider of child nutrition for our pre-K through 12th grades, my staff is challenged every day. Nutrition and wellness issues impact nearly every aspect of a child's life. It affects their ability to think, learn, grow, and develop into healthy adults. Students want convenience and choice. Parents want well-balanced, nutritious meals. The Child Nutrition Department strives to meet the needs of both. I invite you to visit us on the web and take advantage of our nutrition resources.
Welcome back to Your School News. This whole month, we've been dedicating our B block to the topic of bullying.
The end of bullying begins with me. That's the message during October's National Bullying Awareness Month. It is a time when communities can unite nationwide to raise awareness of bullying prevention.
During the month, the team here at Your School News has been engaging, educating, and hopefully inspiring everyone watching to join the movement and prevent bullying here in our hometown.
In this day and age, bullying is no longer a kid pushing around another kid on the playground. Although that is still happening today, bullying is harassing, taunting, emotionally abusing, and physically hurting another person to the point of doing permanent harm. We wrap up the month of October in our bullying series with a report on a student right here in New Hanover County who stepped up and said enough is enough. We get the report from Cassie Williamson.
Erin Cousin is a student at Mosley Performance Learning Center. She has seen the harm that bullying causes and even experienced it firsthand. She knows that the fear of being harassed in school gets in the way of learning, and it can make even going to school a miserable experience. The topic of bullying was such a relevant part of Erin's life that she undertook a graduation project that would help address and hopefully stop the threat of bullying at one middle school.
People, they sit there and see people bullied, they don't say nothing about it. Right. And now I feel like I researched more about it. You can go to people and talk to people about it, like go to your teacher, go to your parents, and go stuff like that.
With the help of the Williston Middle School staff and support from her own school, Erin jumped into the October campaign to unite a school against bullying. An American Justice Department study shows 1 in 4 youths are bullied. 30% of U.S. students in grades 6 through 10 are involved in moderate or frequent bullying, as bullies, as victims, or as both. To address the issue head-on, Erin created a plan that worked for Williston. Activities during the month involved students on every grade level, creating posters, videos, and taking the pledge to speak up, reach out, and be a friend.
Everything that she's brought into this school for Bully Prevention Month, it has helped us out tremendously, students, staff, everything. So it's helped Dr. Oats out, it's helping herself out. So I think everyone's benefiting off of this project that she's doing.
One of Erin's strongest supporters was Williston's new principal, Dr. Jerry Oats. As the former Mosley principal, Dr. Oats had worked with Erin and the two had developed a good rapport. This connection proved to be a positive tool that the two used to reinforce the message that Williston Tigers were going to take at bullying.
Well, I think Erin's impact on Williston is going to be great, has been great due to the focus on bullying and the work that she's done with that. It's a testament to her growth and maturation as a student, starting at Mosley when I was there and now where she is poised for graduation. So hats off to her, and I think that she's doing an excellent job in taking on this task with bullying, not just here, but district-wide, and making it a focus for everyone to look at.
Many recommendations have been made with regard on how to approach the problem of bullying, and most agree that effective programs are comprehensive. Erin's work at Williston was school-wide and encouraged everyone to tackle the subject of bullying. Her work with the staff and students has helped to develop a framework that works with the unique needs of Williston and will reinforce a safe environment for all of the students. Reporting for Your School News, this is Cassie Williamson.
Thank you, Cassie. As we wrap up Bully Awareness Month, everyone needs to remember that with bullying, the most important thing to keep in mind is safety. For my fellow students, though you may not want to tell on a bully, if your classmate is in danger, contact an adult immediately. Telling an adult can be hard, but can be really helpful in stopping the bullying. One of the most helpful things you can do is to try to talk to your classmates to see what's going on. To a person being bullied, just knowing that someone else is supportive and willing to listen can make a big difference. It can also help if you and your friends too hang out with him or her, especially during times that they have problems, like lunchtime or free time. Bullying often bother people when they're alone, and having people to hang out with can help a classmate's confidence. For parents, teach self-control through discipline. Communicate a zero tolerance for mistreatment of others by consistently applying negative consequences for bullying behavior. Teach the golden rule. For teachers, help students recognize and understand bullying. Immediately and consistently respond to bullying. Empower bystanders. Teach them how to respond when someone is being bullied. And model the golden rule yourself, and don't reinforce bullying verbally or non-verbally.
That wraps up our bullying awareness series. There is so much information out there that we encourage everyone to read and review some of the best.
3 websites we highly recommend are www.stopbullying.gov, www.pacer.org/bullying, and www.thebullyproject.com.
Next week, we'll start a brand new series of special reports, Keeping Kids Healthy. We'll learn about all the ways the school system is working to help students be healthy. That starts next week here on Your School News.
It's time now for this week's lunch bill of fare. Gone are the days of mystery meat and the crabby hairnet wearing lunch lady.
Across the county, school lunchrooms have gotten a facelift and a menu makeover.
Creed Rayson, our lunch menu analyst, joins us now with the week's school lunch menu, so parents, students, and teachers, and everyone working with the New Hanover County school system can plan their lunchtime options.
Thank you so much. It's a great week for the lunch. This week's menu features some great new selections as well as some returning favorites: steak fajitas, meatball hoagies, and tangerine chicken are just some of the items featured this week in your school cafeteria. So get ready to get in line this week because the lunch menu rocks. On Tuesday, October 29th, the menu features 2 entrees for you to choose from: chicken nuggets with a dinner roll or a pork chop sandwich. Sides include pasta salad, succotash, garden salad, and yummy fresh fruit. On Wednesday, October 30th, you can choose between an Italian or Mexican entree. The menu features lasagna roll-up with a breadstick and steak fajita with pepper, onions, and Spanish rice. Choose garden peas, garden salad, and chilled pears for a side. On Thursday, October 31st, celebrate Halloween with the entrees of chicken parmesan and a barbecue rib sandwich. Sides include glazed carrots, garden salad, and fresh fruit. On Friday, November 1st, wrap up the week with your choice of popcorn chicken with a meat roll or a meatball hoagie. Sides include carrot sticks, a delicious garden salad, and a peach crisp. For the weekend, I've got my healthy tip. This weekend, break out the grill and try grilled fruit. Pineapples, mangoes, peaches, and bananas taste great when grilled. Just grill on low heat until the fruit is slightly golden. Remember, it's all about eating right. After the weekend, start the new school week off with your choice of tangerine chicken with brown rice or seafood combo with cornbread. On the side is corn, garden salad, and a frozen fruit cup. Our school's cafeteria have eliminated frying and cut back on fats, sodiums, and sugars. All the menu this year include more fresh produce, whole grains, and low-calorie snacks. Now taking a look once again at your lunch entrees for the week, you've got some great selections including Asian tangerine chicken and my personal favorite, lasagna roll-ups on Wednesday. That's this week's lunch menu for the newsroom. This is Creed Rassom, reminding you that the body mirrors the soul. You should always feed it right. Back to you.
Thanks, Creed. Don't forget, you can also catch the Lunch Bill Affair during the morning show here on the Learning Network and get lots of healthful nutrition information online at www.nhcs.net/nutrition. Now don't go away. Coming up, we highlight the New Hanover County Schools Executive Office Professional held their fall kickoff event.
But up next, we got the high school sports report with Russell Harrison. Russell will keep you updated on all the games for the coming week.
Your school news will continue right after this break.
My cell phone number and John's cell phone number. Hey, pretty. And number of the restaurant where we're going to be. I've left you my pager number too.
The odds of a babysitter calling 911, 1 in 1,400. The odds of a child being diagnosed with autism, 1 in 150. You know the odds of autism. Now learn the signs. Go to autismspeaks.org.
This is Lands and People, your passport to the world.
The Republic of Angola is found on the western coast of southern Africa. The country's chief agricultural products are bananas, coffee, and sugarcane. While its major products are diamonds, iron ore, and phosphates, most of the population belong to various Bantu groups. Angola's capital is Luanda, and primary language is Portuguese.
This has been Lands and People, your passport to the world.
Welcome back to Your School News. It's time now for Sports with Russell Harrison.
And welcome to Sports on Your School News. We are in the 11th week of high school football, and there are some good matchups on tap this Friday night. On November 1st, Ashley Screaming Eagles are at home and will take on the Laney Bucks. Hopefully the Eagles will be able to defend their turf because this game won't be an easy win. The Wildcats this week play at Legion Stadium against South Brunswick. Let's hope they keep the good work up. The Highgate Vikings invite West Brunswick to Braswell Stadium. Highgate is playing well, and the Trojans will need to bring their A game if they hope to be a challenge to the Vikings. Recapping high school football, this Friday, November 1st, Ashley stays home facing the Laney Bucks, and the New Hanover Wildcats heads off to South Brunswick, and Highgate faces West Brunswick at home. This is going to be another great night throughout southeastern North Carolina. All games start at 7:30 p.m. We're looking ahead to November 8th, the final Friday night for conference action. Ashley cruises over to West Brunswick, and the New Hanover Wildcats sail off to Topsail, and Highgate also travels as they face South Brunswick. In men's soccer, all we know of now is this taping date. The first round of playoffs starts Wednesday, October 30th. In tennis action last week, tennis had their Eastern Conference tournament in singles. There were two girls from New Hanover County that are competing for the women's individual tennis state championship. The two girls are Marta Pierce from New Hanover and Melanie Post from Highgate. Congratulations to both girls for making it to states. This school year, New Hanover County Public Schools will have to pay to use Legion Stadium, Hardy Field, and other city-owned athletic facilities. According to the updated contract between the City of Wilmington and schools taxes will contribute more than $90,000 in maintenance and janitorial fees this year. And for future years, this amount is adjustable based on the Consumer Price Index. Ever since the city replaced Legion Stadium's grass with artificial turf 2 years ago, School Board Chairman Don Hayes says the board has been inspecting facility usage costs. He says the turf also allows the school district greater use of the fields, thanks to less damage and fewer weather cancellations. At the September school board meeting, the board moved 6-1 to approve the new contract, with board member Lisa Estep voting nay. The agreement will be effective until June 2022. That's sports this week. Your school news will be right back, so don't go away.
Hi, my name's CJ. A few years ago, my father became seriously ill. I did what I could do before he passed, but it took its toll. I lost my job, my house. I'm getting back on my feet, but I don't know when there'll be food on the table. How'd I do, CJ?
We could be twins.
Well, cousins, maybe.
Play a role in ending hunger. Visit feedingamerica.org/hunger and find your local food bank.
So, April.
Yeah?
You know your charger's still using energy when it's plugged into the wall, right?
Yeah, but that's not my charger. I don't even have a cell phone.
Millions of kids are using their energy wisely. What's your excuse?
Welcome back to Your School News. We close our program with footage from the School Systems Executive Office Professional Fall Kickoff event.
The local EOP organization is dedicated to the achievement and advancement of professionalism in educational office personnel and to the improvement of quality of service provided for students, educators, and the community.
Additionally, the organization works to assist educational office personnel in participating effectively in public policy issues which relate to education.
The event was an exciting one for the 20-plus office professionals who attended the kickoff. It began with a chance for everyone to learn a new line dance or get a good laugh trying.
Then special guest speaker Connie Hill, author of Lump to Laughter, was introduced by Superintendent Tim Markley. Dr. Markley, who was on hand in support of the EOP organization and the outstanding work the group does each year in New Hanover County.
Ms. Hills talked to the group about her battle with breast cancer at age 34. Her message to the group wasn't preachy, but was informative without being dull. Many of those in attendance found Ms. Hill's story inspirational without being sappy.
New Hanover County Schools Executive Office professionals also held fundraisers each year. The organization has collected money every year for the scholarship program, which helps at least 1 to 2 county students with college expenses.
That does it for this edition of Your School News. Recapping some of your main stories, North Carolina Department of Public Instruction announced higher proficiency standards on the state's end of grade and end of course tests. Corning awarded a Roland Grice teacher, Elizabeth Jones, for excellence in STEM teaching. And Mosley student Aaron Cousin joined students across the district in putting a stop to bullying across the school system.
Remember, Your School News is on cable and online. And don't forget to start your morning with our light and lively morning show weekdays at 6 a.m. I'm Michaela Sears.
And I'm Scott Benke. On behalf of the entire YSN crew, thanks for watching New Hanover County Schools TV on the Learning Network of the Cape Fear.
Have a great day.